This is the pre-tournament press conference featuring the Seminoles of Florida State University. We're joined by head coach Lonni Alameda and student athlete Kathryn Sandercock. This is the Seminoles' 11th Women's College World Series appearance after having defeated LSU in the Super Regional. Let's begin with Melvin Stitt.
Hi, Kat. Congratulations on being named All-American today.
Thank you.
I was wondering if you thought that the disappointing Duke loss has helped you in any way, has helped the team in any way, because you guys have been 5-0 since then and been playing a lot better, or is that just a coincidence?
I think that every loss comes with a lot of lessons, and I think that I definitely learned from that game, and I was really nervous going into it, and since then I've just kind of learned to calm my nerves, and I've tried to not let the moment become bigger than it is. So I think that that game was really important for me personally to grow for the rest of the season and get ready for making a postseason run. But I think that it's, every loss teaches the team a lot. So I think it was important to us.
Christopher Heidel.
Hey, congratulations on making it to Oklahoma. Sorry, I'm thinking baseball right now. Let's just talk about, Coach Alameda. Let's talk about you coming back there. 2 years ago, you won the championship in 2018. 19, and then last year was a pandemic year. So what do you guys got to do to repeat 2018?
I don't think that. There's some really good teams here. You just got to do what you do. I think owning yourself and knowing what you're capable of and not letting the moments get too big, I think is probably the biggest key. But, the excitement of one-pitch mentality, I think is something that we've learned over the last 2 weeks, and to embrace that and keep that going.
Erica.
Hi, this question is for Kathryn. From having last season cut short to now competing in the College World Series, in what ways have you grown on the field within this last year?
I think just having last season cut short, is really hard for everybody in the softball world, and I think that it just gives everybody just a sense of gratitude just to be out here, and so, we're all just really grateful to be playing the game that we love, and I think that, I've grown on the field, off the field a lot. I used the off time to get strong, take care of my body, and I think that everybody, did the same, and if we were going to get our season back, if we were going to get that eligibility back, we wanted to make it worth it. So we all just worked really hard in the off time, and we're all just really grateful to be here.
Eric Lopez.
For Coach, you played UCLA, ironically, in the same time slot in 18. I'm just curious, watching tape, how do you compare this UCLA team to the one you played in 18, similarities and differences?
Similarities, Rachel Garcia, pretty good. Hitters, pretty good. Got a lot of tradition. They're a little younger, maybe a little bit older, but UCLA's great program, always been a great program. I think the key is to making sure that we can get away from the long ball and big swings, and really have some quality at bats, consistent quality at bats against them. That's something in 2018 against Rachel that we really worked on. She does what she does. She strikes people out, and she's a tough pitcher. And if you can make sure to have quality at bats, maybe in the later innings, someone could get an opportunity, and that played well for us at that point. So. Quality team, and excited to play them. Anytime we get to play UCLA, whether it's in down there in Clearwater, or sometimes out in Mary Nutter or here, it's always an amazing game and amazing opportunity.
Jenny Carlson.
Hey, Lonni, Jenny Carlson with the Oklahoman. I was wondering if you could take a 20,000-foot view of something for me. Obviously, college softball, at a high point right now, a lot going well. But I think a lot of people are curious if instant replay might be something that could be added to enhance the game, improve the batting average of the umpires, honestly. Now that all the games are broadcast, TV cameras at every venue for the tournament, is that something you feel like might eventually be added? Are you a fan of potentially getting that in the game?
always a fan of making the game better, and the more that technology gets in our game, it's definitely making their game better. The one thing I just want to make sure that we're really thorough on is not slowing the game down. I think the pace of play is something that's been really awesome for our game and has really elevated our game. I know a lot of people love how fast the game of softball is. So if you're stopping it quite a bit to watch replay, you're going to slow it down again. So I just want to make sure we're diligent on what the percentages of replay situations are that would benefit the game versus having replay on a ton of things. And I know in the ACC tournament we had it. It was outstanding. I think there's twice that we had the thoughts to use it. I don't think it slowed too much down. I think the umpires were great with it. The SEC obviously has it in their tournament too. So as we are the guinea pigs in this and we build this, I think we could give a quality opportunity for the World Series and just regular season games. But definitely don't want to slow our game down. I think for TV, it's been outstanding for us to have the good pace of play.
Kathryn, as a student athlete and a pitcher, what are your thoughts on the possibility of adding instant replay? Or not instant replay, but video review.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Coach, but my only experience with it was with the ACC tournament, and I thought that it was great there. So I don't know. I feel like it is something that's probably in the future for this sport. But I think I agree with Coach. It'd be great, but want to keep the game fast paced because that's why it's so fun.
Ronald Smith.
This is Ronny Smith, and my question is for the coach. These last couple games for your team, they've had this do or die attitude of a scrap energy, never quit, keep pushing on. As you as a coach looking on the outside, just watching them perform, what has impressed you the most in their grit?
I love that they're having fun with it. I think it's so important that we enjoy this time of year. We trust each other. I think when you're really comfortable as a person and as a team, you can enjoy big pressure moments. We always talk about you've earned these moments. You've earned big stadiums, people yelling. Like you've had an opportunity to be here and enjoy it. Eye it up and enjoy it. So I really get excited, and we as a coaching staff get excited when our players are enjoying, smiling, and loving the moments.
Eric Lopez.
For Coach, just talk about Kathryn's development here, being an All-American, just her growth. I mean, the improvement I've seen from her from this year, from the past, is remarkable. Just talk about that process and her development.
Yeah, super proud of her and her recognition today and All-American. And, Kat's very driven. She's always been very driven. So she'll come into my office and, ask me, like, I want to be this kind of pitcher. I want to be part of the legacy of a Megan King, a Jessica Burrows, a Lacey Waldrop. I mean, people that have been here that, leave this pitching rubber, leave this bullpen better for someone else. And how do I do that? And it's so awesome to know that someone's hungry to do that and put the work in. So like she alluded to, weight room is huge, making sure she was strong, that she could get through an entire season. She went back, her and her dad have really put the time in on their own, developing other pitches, making sure that she has different sequences. Kat's a studier of the game. She loves studying the game. Even on the way over here, I saw her looking at the spray charts and kind of get an idea for UCLA. So she understands herself quite well, but then she always really takes it to the next level of understanding who she's going against. And then I would say lastly, I think that's really elevated Kat's game is the connection she's made with her teammates. She's a pitch to contact, even though she does do her fair bit of strikeouts, but she's a pitch to contact. And when you can eye up your teammates and they trust that you're giving the best in the circle, then they can give their best for you. And she's built those relationships over time to make sure that they're ready to play behind her. And so I'm really proud of her and so excited that we got a couple more years with her.
Christopher Heidel.
This question is for both of you ladies. So what do you think about the JMU being there in the College World Series, showing there's other programs in the CAA and other programs around the country can make it?
Yeah,
Let's start with Kathryn.
Okay, go ahead.
I think it's really awesome, and I think that it's just especially cool whenever an unranked team makes it. But I think that it's so awesome, and I watch their games, and they're a really great team. You can tell that they have a lot of heart, and I'm super happy for them. I'm really excited to see them play some more here. So yeah, I'm good. I'm really happy for JMU.
Coach?
I just from the other side, being one of the first in a conference to win a national championship, I think you open the doors for young women to say that, oh, I can go to a mid-major and make it to the World Series stage. I can go into someone's park. I mean, Tiger Park, when they played Missouri, that was an amazing atmosphere, and they were able to compete at that level. So when we won in 2018 and we kind of opened up the eyes, like, you can play in the ACC, you can play at schools, you can start at Clemson, you can go to Duke, and you can have this opportunity. Well, they did that for the CAA, they did that for Duke, and I think it's just great for the growth of our sport to be able to see that and them on that stage.
Melvin Stith.
Kat, Coach just alluded to this earlier, but does it help you having such a great defense behind you? Do you pitch any differently knowing that the players behind you are so good that you can rely on them?
Oh, totally. I love my defense. They work so hard. And yeah, I think that I am definitely a pitch-to-contact pitcher, which is so great. And they work so hard to make these incredible plays and to be in the right spot. So I think that they get excited, too, that they get an opportunity to show their skills. But I love my defense. Anna behind the plate is amazing. You know, it's always great to have someone like Sydney Sherrill at third. And, you know, our defense is incredible. They work so hard. I'm so grateful for them. And, yeah, I think that we've all become – we're just really close this year, and we're playing as a unit right now, which is just so much fun.
Christopher Heidel. Apparently not. Coach, you talk about that super regional. You had two absolutely amazing games. You know, the 1-0 game and then the 4-3 game, which had Elizabeth Mason's home run. I mean, softball, that's pretty much the elite level softball against your old friend LSU, who you always play in the super region. But what was that like, just competing in that?
Well, again, go back to my original comment about the team having fun. I don't think the moment was too big. I think we as a coaches and even returning players addressed our I wouldn't say history. I mean, it's not a history with LSU. It's just an opportunity with LSU. I mean, they're a great program. We're a great program. We're in the Southeast. We're in that region. We're going to play each other. You know, so knowing that you kind of have that little bit of postseason rivalry, we talked about it a lot. And I don't think the moment was too big for some of our younger players. And I think our older players just really bear down and just were about pitch by pitch, and something we talk about having that one pitch mindset, but when you can actually see it work. And obviously Elizabeth Mason's home run was incredible, but, you know, Anna drew a very crucial walk for us at one point, and I think that's kind of where we're at as team. Team at bats are huge. And when you have upperclassmen doing the little things and we're appreciating the little things, that shows that the younger kids that are kind of new to it, like how important every pitch really is. And so I think that really guided the way for us. And, yeah, Mason stepped up big, but it was a full team effort.
Yeah, that kind of leads me into the fact that you have Sydney Sherrill and postseason Anna. How much can they help you this week? Yeah,
I mean, I don't think this week changes anything from the last weekend or the weekend before. You know, you get here and you do what you do. You continue to enjoy softball. The stage doesn't change anything. It doesn't get and you have to produce. She has to throw harder pitches. You know, more movement. Like none of that changes. We just do what we do. So, if anything, of Sid Sherrill, Mason, Anna, you know, postseason Anna, if we want to say that, just relax and have fun and do what they do, and just make it as simple as we're playing some softball and we get to play. We get to play and enjoy it.
Courtney Carlson.
Hey, Lonni, I'm taking kind of a stab in the dark. The stadium there, Hall of Fame Stadium, opened a couple years before you were at OU. Any chance you played any of the earliest games there at the stadium when you were at OU?
Wow, we're gonna go way back here, aren't we? I don't even
well,
know.
I wanted to ask because it doesn't look the same now as it did then.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, no, and neither does the white ball we played with, or you know, the no fences and all that good stuff and 40 feet. But you know, it's funny. Before I just came down here, I peeked out there and just to see. It is really cool that I was one of the players that we used to do a lot of the camps and clinics for USA softball up here, and we used to have the kids rolling down the hills, during lunch breaks, and there's no hills anymore. Those are all seats and bleachers, and I can just remember, the Oklahoma Jitterbugs, the little team that was starting up here, and just to be a little part of that as a player, and now coming back and coaching here, and knowing the seeds that were sown so long ago, and just, Marita Hines and, the University of Oklahoma in general, kind of taking charge and really trying to get some things going with USA softball. I just have a little pride in that for sure. We had the Big 12 tournament, Big 8, if we're going to talk about my age a little bit, but the Big 8 tournament at the time, yeah. So, some really good memories of that. So just really proud of our sport, and I'm glad I'm just a little part of it.
I miss the berms too, so I'm right there with you.
I know, yeah.
Kathryn, could you've talked about your growth and your development throughout the year. How much did going to LSU, pitching a 2-hit shutout in game 1, a 1-0 game, pressure throughout the entire 7 innings, how much does that help you as you move forward now to the World Series?
I think throughout that game, I just had a good one-pitch mentality. I think the whole team had a really good one-pitch mentality, and just staying in a good compete mode the entire time, and it totally puts pressure on the pitcher and the defense when you don't have much wiggle room. You can't give up any runs, and I think in the 7th there was a no-out single, and she ended up getting to second base, but in that moment, I was just so sure and so confident that we were going to get it done and that we were going to come out of that game. So I think that was really huge, just for the whole team to know that we can scratch those runs and win the close ball games, because that's what this time of year is about. And I'm really excited for this week, but that was definitely a huge game for us. It was really fun.
Last one to Eric Lopez.
For Kathryn, describe what it's like playing for Coach Lonni and everything she teaches you and learning from her.
Coach is amazing, for sure. She creates such a great culture at Florida State. We really, we don't just talk about it and write it down. We really live it. We live it. We work every day to live our core values, and I think that it's just the perfect place for me because, like Coach has said, I can be very analytical, and I like to learn as much about myself and my team and about the opponent as I can, and Coach is really great with teaching me and helping me become a student of the game. I'm very grateful to be here. Coach and T-Will and T-Cam are amazing coaches, and they support us so much on and off the field, so there's just no better place for us. We're so happy to have them.
Coach, you want to back up the fact that you really are amazing and wonderful, or you just want to let that ride?
Oh, funny.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. Kathryn and Coach, thank you. Best of luck this week. Have fun.
Thank you guys so much. And you guys are done. That's a wrap. Nice.